Welcome to WFUV's Take 5, interviews and performances from our New York studios. Learn more about us at WFUV.org.
Support for this public radio podcast comes from Pabst Brewing, proud supporter of local artists nationwide, and of the NPR Live in Concert series, online at pabstblueribbon.com.
I was getting flashing lights from the beginning, from the songs themselves, saying, you cannot just treat us as a typical project.
Tori Amos is rarely described as typical, and by creating her own 5-woman American Doll posse on a new album, she remains anything but. This is Take 5, supported by DK Eyewitness Travel Guides, the guides that show you what others only tell you. Hi, I'm Rita Houston. Considering songs living beings is nothing new for Tori Amos, and you only need to see Tori at the piano to sense that she's as much a composer as a conduit for the messages and observations in her lyrics. But after expanding the singer-songwriter genre for 8 albums, she's taking things a big step further for the 9th, a project called American Doll Posse, where you'll meet 4 characters: Pip, Clyde, Isabel, and Santa. Tori is, of course, part of the posse, too, but left the girls behind when she stopped by the FUV studios. You left yourself among the cast of characters in there. It seems like you would almost have to have yourself be one of them, right?
If I hadn't done that, then this wouldn't be anything like it is. The whole point is that anybody on this planet can realize that there are other facets to themselves, but you have to bring yourself along, and you have to be willing to take part in this. Otherwise, you're just living a dual life. You hear about these people that have this one life, and then they go off at night, and nobody knows that they're seeing the gay lover, and yet they come back as a teacher and a mom, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, does her left hand even know what her right hand's doing? And as a piano player, it's quite essential for your left hand to know what your right hand's doing. So yeah, unless I was a willing participant, then it didn't seem to work as a theory to me. The whole theory had to be that the reality that I wake up with can transform. Feeling radical in cotton, purified in my satin, but the balm of the season is a velvet revolution. I look at the sky and feel the tears, ooh, the prophets crying. I look at the sky and feel the rain of tears.
That's got to be a fun part of the project for you, beyond the theater and the performance of getting on stage every night, but just developing the looks. So many of us as girls growing up, like, we played in our minds in that way.
Yeah, and you begin to see that the choice that you've made is not the only expression. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of honest choices, meaning there are other images that you realize as you get older that you could have pulled off and that are true to your inner spirit. But you made a choice. You dyed your hair one color. It doesn't mean that you couldn't have dyed it another color. I mean, if we're dying, why not? Let's not say, well, but this is really me. This hair dye is really who I am. You know, all of them could have been you, let's be honest. And so that's what I've been looking at as I get ready for the stage show. I do have to go into character, though. I can only really hold one besides Tori.
I tried to strike a deal with the universe. Me and my deals with the universe. Smacked upside of the head with the harsh of delight. So simple and still name the beauty of speed. Afraid we run changing in a way I wasn't loving. Feel those colors changing. The beauty
Live at WFUV, Tori Amos and Beauty of Speed. Hear the complete interview, performance, and more in the online archives at WFUV.org.
Take 5 is supported by DK Eyewitness Travel Guides. Information at travel.dk.com. The guides that show you what others only tell you.
Support for NPR podcasts comes from Acura, featuring the all-new turbocharged Acura RDX with available real-time traffic alerts. More at acura.com/RDX.